Good afternoon everyone, Connor 500 here. I can't find any value today. No bet from me. That's not to say that other professional punters won't be able to find their own value, but personally I can't find a bet, so I'm staying out of it today. If you do get involved today, make sure you do it from someone with the right knowledge. Don't just have a bet for the sake of having a bet. It's not fun to lose money. It's more fun to value bet and take your kids on another holiday. So no bet from me. If you're bored enough, the story of when I went full-time gambling, my first day was 21st of February 2014. So it's just under 8 years I've been full-time gambling. I know it says 8 years on the profile, but it's just under really. Why did I go full-time gambling? I don't think I had much of a choice. I was 21, I'd been at Ladbrokes 2 years. I'd lost all enthusiasm for it that I once had. It weren't going nowhere, just the same as big companies these days. I was the best there, I was the only one that had a clue. But in these massive companies, you know, you don't really get noticed. I'd been match betting for about a year. So for those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically backing every outcome of a market in order for a risk-free profit. It's usually to gain a sign-up offer. So I'd been doing that for about a year. I'd been doing a lot of the bonus offers. Now, it's easy money, particularly back then. I mean, I'll just give you some examples. William Hill used to do every Saturday up to £25 money back second. So you could back the favourite, and if it comes second, you'd get your money back. Now, back then, when I started, I still had a lot of accounts because I opened up a betting account for all of my family, all of my girlfriend's family. So I had a lot of accounts. I had a lot of phones as well. When I started, it was still Blackberries. The Blackberries were on the way out. So I ended up having 8 Blackberries, each connected to a different betting account. You'd have, you know, my mum's William Hill on one with her Paddy Power. Each phone would have a different betting account. So William Hill would do money back second, 25 max. I'd have 8 accounts, so I'd have 25 times 8 on the favourite. I'd hedge it off on Betfair, risk-free. And if it comes second, you'd pick up 200 in free bets. Now, you'd have about 7 races in a day. You'd usually pick up the free bets once or twice. I was working for £70 for the full day in Ladbrokes, or I could make 200 in free bets by pressing a few buttons. Paddy were doing money back second or third up to £50. They were doing that every day at this point. So every single day, I'm racking up about 400 in free bets, or I can sit there single manning in Ladbrokes for 70 quid. It become a no-brainer. I was seeing a nice girl at the time. She weren't working. I was 21, she was 19. So she was at home. It ended up, I'd just rather be at home punting on my phone than sitting in Ladbrokes. There was no point. There was a lot of shop offers back then. Ladbrokes were doing a lot of shop offers. And because I worked there, it was difficult for me to get on. I had to travel very far. So as you can sort of see, it's becoming a no-brainer. A lot of people will think it was incredibly mathematical and all of this. And I suppose in some ways, you know, in some bets, it is more than others. But most of it was just bonus offers. The bonus offers are still there, but they're not as good as they used to be. But you used to be able to, if you had enough accounts, you could rack up 500 a day in bonus offers. So you can sort of see there was no point staying at Ladbrokes. There just became no point. So I went full-time February 2014. I'd done that up until now, barring 2 months when I worked in a trading office. It was like a small bookmaker's head office. I loved it, to be honest. I was in charge of the clients. Basically, it was wholly down to me which clients would be kept and which would be not kept. This was in 2018 now. This story's a bit rambling, but I haven't got a bet today. And so yeah, I've been full-time gambling apart from that 2 months in 2018, which I loved, but it weren't for me. And that's it. It's a very disorganised story, this, so I will do it proper at one point. But if you were bored enough to listen to it, there it was. I hope you have a lovely day.